When we squeeze lemon, what we see? We get juice out of it, right? Squeeze more, we still get juice out of it, but the quantity is lesser than what we used to get in the first chance. Again, if we squeeze, it reduces the quantity of juice. This is like the interim government in our country. Like, if we squeeze, they're giving good output. If we squeeze more and more, the quality of output will reduce. This is the reality. Two things. One, the traditional political parties, they are asking election too many times. Like they're asking election as soon as possible. This is too much. Again, second point, other end, some of groups of people, they are demanding interim government to stay for another 5 years. These two stances are in problem. One is again and again asking election is a problem. Other one is asking this interim government led by Nobel laureate Professor Dr. Mohamed Yunus to remain another 5 years is also a problem. What does the interim government do, or what the interim government should do? Interim government should take a middle point between these two groups to address the issues. What was the main purpose of this interim government? The main purpose of this interim government is to bring a system that will not produce or that will not allow fascists to come in power, and that will not create new fascists. What they need to do in order to do that, they need to reform, they need to restructure. For how long? It shouldn't be endless. If we consider the interim government like a project, we may call it as a Reformation Bangladesh project or Building Back Democracy project Bangladesh 2025. And that should have clear deliverables, priority deliverables. This is good that interim government has formed a number of reformation committees, and they are coming with their report and recommendations. Based on reports and recommendation, this interim government should make their plan, exit plan. And these are key deliverables like number 1 priority task, number 2, number 3, number 4, whatever it is. And these are the timelines, let's say 2 years or 3 years. By this time, we will complete this reformation execution, and then by this, we will give a clear roadmap, and by this timeline, we will conduct the local elections, and by this timeline we will conduct the national elections, and by this time we will hand over the power and hand over all the responsibilities to the elected government, and by end of this time interim government will exit. That is what people are looking for. Like again, I'm saying those who are reciting for election. This is a problem. And other hand, those who are reciting for this interim government to remain 5 years is also another problem. Solution is to bring the middle ground for long-term solution with a clear timeline, and that should not exceed, to be honest, more than 3 years. But there should be a clear timeline. We understand, like, this interim government is doing so far good, but there is no guarantee if they prolong their stay in power, there is no guarantee they will do something good. Let me share with you an example. For example, Uganda. When Museveni came in power after revolution, Museveni was a hero. Even in Uganda and even in African region, like Museveni is one of African freedom fighters, and people used to name their children's name Museveni in order to respect Museveni. Now he prolonged his power and then became a dictator. Now hero turned into a dictator. This is the reality. And in order to stay in power, Museveni has done everything. He changed the age limitations, like age bar under the constitutions he removed so that he can stay longer in power. At the same time, Rwanda, Kagame became a kind of, I don't know what language I should use, but he prolonged his power. And there is a portion, a segment of population not happy with that. And the region is not happy with that. Region is not saying that they have democracy, even though they declared as African Singapore, and most of their people are happy with it. They try to establish this narrative, but reality is totally different. That is the reason I'm saying we should not allow these good people to become a dictator. At the same time, we should not allow traditional political parties to continue with their business as usual. At the same time, we should not allow a segment of population in our country to showcase something not appropriate, like asking this government to remain 5 years, 10 years. I think these are some of rhetoric, not exactly the political reality, but people are asking this from the fear of fascist government, and from the experience for the last 15 or 16 years, or even for the last 53 years political experience. That is the reason common people, they are asking this government to continue for the next 5 years. But we need to be wise enough. I mean, the interim government needs to be wise enough to continue their legacy without holding the power for a long time. Otherwise, the same people will demand to kick this government out. That is what we don't want to see. Still, this government has credibility. Still, this government has mandate from the people, and also the support from regional and global context. We should leverage this support until it becomes sour. We need to make proper benefit out of it. Thank you so very much.